everybody, Sue and Rupert from Central Highlands Homestead, and today we want to talk about the other side of the egg equation. Rupert is the only bird that I brought with me when we moved out here. The others we found good and we rehomed them to loving homes, and they're doing just fine. But I brought Rupert because, in my opinion, a good rooster is worth his weight in gold. When you think about the flock as a whole, when you think about your flock, I really think that one should consider a good rooster. And good roosters are not made, good roosters are not born, they're made. Your hens, most of you already know, hens do not need a rooster to lay. They need a rooster to make more babies. But a rooster can protect your investment. With eggs being so expensive, Wilson, it's not your turn. It's mine and Rupert's. Stop. A good rooster can protect your investment. Right now, we all know that eggs are very, very expensive. And so if you're fortunate enough to have some hens, it is, in my opinion, worth the value to have a good rooster. Rupert's a little older. He is a Brahma mix, and so that's why he is so incredibly big. And in fact, he is twice the size of the cinnamon reds that we have right now. He is just too big for those girls, but he still has a job. He can and will let you know about predators. Your rooster is a lot like a guard dog. He will tell you if there's somebody on the property that shouldn't be there. He will tell you if there is something messing with your girls or if there is a problem. One time I had a hawk who decided it wanted to land on my chicken coop, and my rooster that I had at the time was just going off like crazy. And that's how I knew that that hawk was there, and I could chase it off and then make preparations to make sure that the hawk couldn't get into the coop. Even though it couldn't, I wanted to double check. A good rooster will share with his girls. I've had a rooster who would call his girls over, and he would stand guard while they ate, and he would not eat until they had had their fill. I've also had a rooster who had one hen, and bless her heart, she wasn't very bright, but she decided she was going to stand out in a frigid, cold winter rain. He stood with her, and I wound up losing her, actually. She got an infection, a bronchial infection, and wound up losing her. And I sat with him in the barn. I put a cot in that barn. I sat with him day and night and nursed him back to health. But he was willing to jeopardize his life for that one hen. I can't tell you how much I just love my roosters. And I think that when you're considering a flock of hens, consider a rooster. Now, it takes time to get a good rooster. Rupert is probably 3 or 4 years old, maybe. He was gifted to me, so he's getting up there. But as you can see, with age comes patience and gentleness, and a young rooster is a young rooster, and he has girls on his mind. I have seen roosters who have literally bothered the girls to the point where they died. Not in my flock, but I know of it. I have seen young roosters who have worn the feathers off of the backs of their hens. So I do not put young roosters in with my girls. I just don't. They're too valuable, especially now. And it's just cruel. Now, I'm sure there are other folks who will tell you that they've done it and had good success, but I have not. And so it is my opinion that you wait and give your rooster at least, a new rooster, at least 6 months to a year minimum. I usually don't put roosters in with my hens unless I want chicks. I will make a companion pen right next door so that they can interact with the girls, they can keep an eye on the girls, they can crow and protect the girls, and yet I don't have to worry about chicks at certain times of the year, especially with my laying flocks. The meat flocks, not so much, but with the laying flocks, I'd hate for my customers to have come up with an egg that had a half-developed chick in it. So there are certain circumstances that you want to put your roosters in and certain circumstances that you don't. But I always recommend having a rooster on the farm. And so that's why I brought Rupert with me. He was my first choice. He's my baby bird. I love him to death. He's my buddy. He likes to be loved on. And he's worth his weight in gold. I wouldn't trade him. I love him to death. And the plan is to get some bigger hens so that he can breed that with them, and we can have meat birds. So that's our goal for Rupert. And I hope that this gave you guys a little bit of thought about your flock and about the other side of the flock and how useful roosters can be for many reasons, and not just as an alarm clock in the morning. So until we see you guys again, Rupert and I are going to get our day started, and hopefully you guys will get something out of this, and we will see you on the next video. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and thanks, guys. All right, Rupee. Thank you, buddy. You did good. You did good. You're a good bird. You're the best bird. You're mom's bird. Yes, you are. He's a good bird. Let me get you some food.